Today I want to share something very important, and I believe that our generation needs to hear this and to understand this. Today around the world, people still fight for gender equality, and there's this fuse, they're all over the place about gender inequality and the need for gender equality. But I'm telling you that the main problem is not about gender inequality or a need for gender equality. The problem that we have is ignorance of our gender identities. The Bible made us to understand that in the beginning, after God created man, he said male and female created Eden. And the Bible says, and blessed them. And he says unto them, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth and subdue it. He didn't bless the male better. He didn't bless the female lesser. He blessed them with the same blessing. But fruitful and multiply and subdue the earth, replenish the earth. The problem that we are having is that we believe that one gender is superior to the other, but that is against the reality of our creation. Listen to this. The male gender is not superior to the female gender. The female gender is not inferior to the male gender. The reality is that God has created us with unique capacities and capabilities. And why did he do this? He did this because he wanted us to be complementary, not to be competitive. Listen to that. He did that because he wanted us to be complementary, not to be competitive. It is not for us to be fighting for gender equality or to be fighting against gender inequality. It's for us to understand our gender identity and stand at the place of our identity. When you have a rich understanding of your identity as a male, there's no need for you to be competing with any female. When you have an understanding of your gender identity as a female, there's no need for you to be competing or to be competitive with the male gender. You will be able to understand that I am unique in my own way, that I am different in my own way, that I've been created to show for the glory of God in my capacity, in my space, and to be complementary to the other gender. All around the world today, there are females that wants to be like a male. There are males that want to be like females. What they fail to understand is that the Creator didn't create us to be like the other. The Creator didn't create us to be uniform. Listen to that. The Creator intentionally didn't create us to walk in uniformity. However, he created us to walk in unity. There's a difference between uniformity and unity. In uniformity, you have a common identity. You have the same exact replica of one another. However, in unity, you are different. You are unique. However, your uniqueness is not meant to walk in independence. Your uniqueness is not meant to walk in isolation. Your uniqueness is meant to walk in tandem, complementarily with one another. You hear a statement. You hear this statement. And they say what a woman can do, a man can do. What a man can do, a woman can do better. Listen to that. That's a statement coming from ignorance. You must understand that what a man can do, only a man can do it better. What a woman can do, only a woman can do it better. No other gender can do better what you have been uniquely designed to do. It is a statement born out of ignorance. No other gender can do better what you have been fashioned, what you have been molded to do. Only you can be your better version of yourself. Only you can be the improved version of yourself. No other person is designed with that capacity that you carry. No other person You must understand this. You see, it is even so funny because the reality is that a man has been designed to produce sperms. A woman cannot do that. Not because a woman is inferior, but because a woman has not been fashioned with that capacity. However, the same man has been configured and fashioned to produce sperms. He doesn't have the capacity to lay eggs. So the woman has been configured, has been fashioned to lay the eggs for the sperm and the egg to come together and produce another being. This means that only a woman can do better what she has been fashioned to do. Only a man can do better what he has been fashioned to do. Enough of this fight, enough of this war, enough of this rancor between both genders. We need to come to understand our identities, stand in the place of our identities, recognize our weaknesses and our strengths, recognize our capabilities and our capacities, recognize our differences and our uniqueness, and be able to come together to harmonize it to fulfill the purpose and the plans of God upon the earth. Stop saying a woman cannot be a leader. Stop saying a woman cannot do cannot be an administrator. If a woman has been fashioned with their capacity, you need to recognize that gift in the woman. You need to recognize that uniqueness in the woman, and we need to embrace it and understand that they have been designed not to compete with us. They have been designed not to be a lesser version of us, but to be a complementary version of us, a complementary part of creation. Listen, guys. You are not better than the female gender. The society may portray you as superior. The society may portray you as better. The society may portray you as wiser. The society may portray you as more significant or more important than they are. But you want to understand that's a false representation of the female gender. That's a false representation of what they carry. The right representation is in the scriptures. The scripture makes us to understand that God created him in his image and after his likeness. This tells us that we have equal value, equal worth, and equal importance. We are not lesser than each other. We have been created uniquely to complement one another. And it is time for us to arise and to stop this competition, and to stop this rivalry, and to stop this rancor, and to stop this unnecessary arguments about inequality or equality, and to come to understand that we are uniquely created to be complementary to one another. Until we come to this reality, relationships will not survive. Marriages will not enjoy the best that God has ordained for the institution. Our governments and organizations will not grow up to maximize their best. Until we come to understand these things, we will deprive ourselves of the complementary benefits that we have been uniquely created to bring to the table.